Instead of channeling our frustration into questioning the patriarchy and these archaic beauty standards perpetuated by money-hungry companies and individuals, we channel our frustration into each other, into other women. And hey, that's what we've been socialized to do, to blame other women. Men blame women, women blame women. It's always a woman's fault. I don't believe that, by the way. I hope you're sensing the tone. I really want us to be more aware of what's going on here and how beauty is used to control us and to make us distrust each other and feel in competition with each other, when really what we should be doing is coming together. That's how we actually learn to love ourselves, to feel confident, to be proud of our authentic selves, and that's how we ultimately take down the patriarchy. Hello my beautiful angels, I'm Alessia for those that are new to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about beauty, how beauty standards impact all of us, but in particular beautiful women. This might not feel like a topic that resonates with you, but that doesn't mean that you're not going to get something from this. I really have designed this video to make all women think deeper, so hopefully that is achieved. Also, I'm on my period, so I've got, or about to come on my period, I've got cramps, so I've got my hot water bottle, so if you hear any water jiggling, that is why. So people struggle to look past a beautiful person when they're there, obvious, glaring you in the face. Generally speaking, beauty often has the ability to kind of cancel out personality. People often miss when beautiful people are kind, thoughtful, interesting, passionate, insecure. Beautiful people can quite commonly be dehumanized. And when I say beautiful people, I actually mean beautiful women. Beautiful men can and often are regarded as beautiful but interesting too, passionate too, thoughtful too, talented too. They're allowed space to be complicated, to be more than their exterior. But when a beautiful woman shows up, that's all people really can see and want to talk about and allow space for. I'm going to give you a kind of Hollywood example, something that we can all point to, that we all kind of know about. Leonardo DiCaprio. He is a conventionally attractive man. He especially was when he was younger. He really appealed to all the Western beauty standards, so he was widely regarded as attractive. But that didn't stop him from really progressing in his career and being a respected actor. He was really allowed to work on his craft, on acting, and do complicated roles for critically acclaimed films. He played a variety of roles in a variety of films. He wasn't just put in this beautiful box and asked to appear in films as a beautiful man playing a beautiful man. He wasn't held back in his career and dumbed down and objectified. But for women, we don't always see the same trajectory. They don't get to be associated with talent and intelligence and craft. Beautiful women don't get the same space to be nuanced. Beautiful women often play beautiful women that lack personality. They're often, showing a lot of their body and are being objectified by characters on scene. It's rare that they kind of move away from that. They kind of get typecasted as the beautiful woman who's a bit shallow and she's young and she's the woman that the main guy cheats on his wife with, that everybody hates. Now I realise these are actors, these are A-list celebrities, these are people who are earning a lot of money and they might feel very far away from our reality. But how they are treated based upon their appearance and their gender really reflects what goes on widely in society. Men are allowed so much more room to be complicated and their looks don't stop them from being respected, whether they are unattractive conventionally or attractive conventionally. Both don't limit them, but the same doesn't go for women. And that's what I'm interested in. Beautiful women in films, but I would argue also in society, are not seen as full human beings. Their humanness and quirks and characteristics and vulnerabilities are not taken into account. Now, it's important that I say that conventional beauty, appealing to the Western beauty standards, certainly gets you places. It opens doors. It does give you opportunities, maybe to get into a relationship or work opportunities, depending on what industry you're wanting to get into. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you are heard when you are in those spaces as a beautiful woman. In fact, often it means that you're going in there to be the beautiful woman, not to be the outspoken woman, not to be the leader, not to be the intelligent one, not to be the one that everybody likes and wants to chat to and have a laugh with. Your voice will likely go unheard if you were brought into those spaces, those relationships, because of your beauty, because of your looks. If people only care about what you look like, they won't want to hear what you have to say. They won't want you to assert yourself. They might not want you to feel particularly confident or self-assured. Your passions, opinions, and ideas might be silenced if you are in a space because of your looks. Now, beauty and intelligence are rarely portrayed as qualities that coexist for a person. In the media, in the press, in films, you're either one or the other, beautiful or intelligent. And that again reflects my point that I made in my previous video, that we have this very black and white thinking when it comes to women. They can't be complicated human beings, but rather they have to be either black or white, a girl boss or somebody who is dedicated to their relationship, a wifey, somebody who's obsessed with their appearance or who doesn't care at all. Women are only allowed to exist in the extremes. They're more palatable in that way. They're easier to talk about and understand. When women are in the grey area, when they're complicated, when they enjoy fashion but also want to focus on other matters like their career, then they're confusing. Wait a minute, you like experimenting with makeup a bit, but you're also a lawyer? That's confusing. Let me put you in that box. Which one do you want to go in? Girl boss or makeup pink girl? Women are encouraged to find their place in society and stay there. People are influenced by what they are consuming, whether that is through articles or YouTube videos or movies. People take in information from their surroundings, whether they like it or not. Their subconscious is always ready to take in new information. So with that information they've taken in from some problematic films, they might just assume that a beautiful woman is a vapid, uninteresting, nasty, mean girl. There are so many movies that depict beautiful women as dim and boring and unkind. Because beautiful women are so often told to be seen but not heard, they experience loneliness, they experience low self-esteem, they struggle to maintain healthy connections with other humans. And in an attempt to connect with others, beautiful women have to go the extra mile to be seen beyond beauty. You know, they kind of have to fight to be seen as more than a pretty face. They kind of need to prove to people that they are deep thinkers, sensitive souls, human beings with so much to say. I'm saying all of this because I really want to highlight to all women, conventionally attractive and not conventionally attractive, that beauty isn't the ultimate solution, even though that's very much what we're told from a very, very young age. Beauty doesn't lead to respect and healthy relationships. And as I think her name's Teal Swan, really inspiring woman, she did a video on this, as she said, life is all about relationships. We are our relationships. I actually really encourage you to go and watch her video on this. If this is resonating with you, maybe on quite a personal level, I will put it in the description box. Beautiful women can certainly monopolize on their beauty and gain opportunities and money, that is for sure. But at the same time, beauty can also be a barrier to people actually respecting the person behind the good looks. It can act as a barrier to being taken seriously and seen as a human being with emotions. Really beautiful women often become silent objects of desire. And the word silent is key here. Patriarchy needs these beautiful women to remain silent. They can feel good and be connected to people, to men, because of their beauty. Yes, because that serves men. They get to enjoy this beautiful woman, but they don't get to speak up and stand up for themselves. No. That will mean that they have more opportunity to take down the patriarchy. So, what better idea than to make everybody hate the beautiful woman, be envious of the beautiful woman, be intimidated by the beautiful woman. The ultimate game at play here is patriarchy. It's how can we make women disempowered? How can we continue to keep them in our control? And I'm not saying all men are thinking this, but our society is structured to keep the power in the hands of white men. Beautiful women are dismissed. They are silenced. People don't want to hear what beautiful women have to say about politics or culture. We assume that they have very little to say. And this then leads to beautiful people going into their beautiful shells and relying on their shells to function, when ultimately every human being wants to come out of their shell and express themselves and be their authentic selves and talk about the things they want to talk about, showcase their talent, their humour. Nobody wants to be in their shell, even if their shell is beautiful and people are admiring it. They were born with the shell. They haven't worked to gain the shell. What I'm trying to say is, it's all well and good feeling appreciated for your looks. In a world that really does celebrate beautiful women, yes, it can be a good thing and it can be something that we enjoy, but there is nothing better than feeling appreciated for your personality. You've worked to be the person you are, to hold yourself in the way that you hold yourself, to interact with others in the way that you do. You've worked on being kind, on healing, on being intelligent. These are things that really are yours, that you own, because you have moved towards these things. You've put your effort into being this person, but you're just born looking the way you are. So it's no wonder beautiful women feel like people never really know them, because of people's disinterest in beautiful women's inner self, inner world. It's very common for them to not kind of explore their sexuality, their creativity, to put out their art in the world, and actually for them to just focus more on looking good. So, beautiful women don't get to feel deeply worthy. Neither do ugly women. I hate this word ugly. I don't mean that. I'm just talking in terms of society standards. But yeah, ugly women don't get to feel worthy either. So basically, all women are left feeling unworthy and unpowerful. patriarchy continues to function. So basically, conventionally attractive or not, all women end up feeling bad and feeling like they don't have the right to take up space. That's quite frustrating. Instead of channeling our frustration into questioning the patriarchy and these archaic beauty standards perpetuated by money-hungry companies and individuals, we channel our frustration into each other, into other women. And hey, that's what we've been socialized to do, to blame other women. Men blame women, women blame women. It's always a woman's fault. I don't believe that, by the way. I hope you're sensing the tone. I really want us to be more aware of what's going on here and how beauty is used to control us and to make us distrust each other and feel in competition with each other, when really what we should be doing is coming together. That's how we actually learn to love ourselves, to feel confident, to be proud of our authentic selves, and that's how we ultimately take down the patriarchy. So let's come together as women and try to understand each other and be kind. Let's work together as women to dismantle these prevailing beauty standards and dehumanizing notions that leave us all feeling low in self-esteem. Women are criticized for not being beautiful. Women are also criticized when they are beautiful for being all the things that are associated with beauty: shallow, vain, boring, not humble enough. So basically, in a patriarchal world, there is no way of winning, especially when we are all putting these beauty standards on a pedestal. As women, we all end up getting stuck in this cycle of not feeling valued because of something to do with our looks. We all kind of share that. We're all so aware of ourselves, of our external selves, of our bodies, of our faces. We might have different relationships with our bodies, but we all know what it's like to kind of hate how much attention is put on and how much value is put on appearances. God, wouldn't it be so beautiful to live in a world where we were kind of invisible, but our words and our love and our emotions were more clear to others? I don't know how that would work, but I'm sure women in general would feel so much more understood. I'm going to leave you on 2 quotes by 2 great authors, great academics, that basically sum up what I'm trying to say much better than I have. So this is Naomi Wolf. The more women gained power in society, the more beauty became a tool of control, used to keep them preoccupied with their appearance rather than their potential for real power. My next quote is by Bell Hooks. Beauty is a commodity, a possession, a thing to be purchased and consumed. It is the one thing a woman can possess that is entirely her own, but it is also the thing that places women in the prison of objectification. Beauty harms both those who possess it and those who don't. I know that this is a really nuanced conversation, and it's certainly not me trying to say this is what we all need to be focusing on. I just thought it's good to hone in on what we're being told we need to focus on as women. These beauty standards that are constantly changing, being projected to large audiences, and that are making the same mistakes, that are hurting people in the same ways that they have done for years and years and years. Please feel free to comment below and share your thoughts on this. This YouTube channel is a community. It's not the Alessia show. It is a space for women and for people to come together and have chats about things that are difficult to chat about in the real world. So yeah, this is your safe space. I'm sending you lots of love, my angel. Thank you so much for sitting with me. Speak to you soon.